Hello everyone. Let us continue with the next problem by using a law of logic. So even in this problem, we have to prove that the given proposition is a tautology. So we have two propositions. This is P or Q is a tautology. Considering this as U or V, so we need to prove that it's a tautology. So till now we were using a truth table, but in the last example also we have seen some similar example itself. So considering this as a U, and let us first simplify this one, and considering this as V, let us simplify this one. And first we have written down this entire proposition, and we'll see which all the laws have been applied for this. So the same in this sentence, the same proposition is being written without any change or without applying any law. So if you see the second step in this step, so we have written this one by using the De Morgan's theorem. How the De Morgan's theorem is applied, or De Morgan's law is applied, not a theorem. P or Q, and it is inverse of for this it is applied for, that is De Morgan's one, that is Q, negation of Q or negation of R. If you see the De Morgan's one, you can see here the De Morgan's law. The De Morgan's law states that, yes, the De Morgan's one, negation of P or, the same law is over here, negation of Q or negation of R can be written as in this form, that is Q or R. But yes, Q or R can be written, but negation of Q and R, negation of Q and R. And where this negation went, where this negation went is negation and double negation. For that, you cannot see this negation written over here. Here also in this particular case, negation of negation P, it is P itself, and it is converted from and to or over here in this particular step. And coming down to the next one, here by using a distribution law, how this distribution law is applied is, whichever is common, that is taken out. The common one is P, P or Q and Q and R. So this is our distribution law. So if you see the distribution law here, this distribution law is applied. That is, we have in the form the same, the De Morgan's law, whatever the step is written. So this is in the form, in this one, P R, okay, P R Q and P R R. So here we can write this P outside, or Q and Q and R. So considering this as R, this is our R. And now again, if you simplify this one, P as it is P or Q and R, Q or R. So here by using an associative one. What is this associative law and what is idempotent law? Associative law is just shifting this bracket from uh, Q R to here over here, and P or Q, P or Q, we get it as P or P, we get it as a idempotent one. So here is what our tautology we come across with respect to U, and with respect to V, the same equation is being taken, this one, and we are again finding out the De Morgan's law. So that is inverse of P and inverse Q, or inverse of P and so for this, if we apply this De Morgan's inverse of P or the and changes to or, and now here inverse of P or and changes to or, this is the step. And now the same is in the form, you can write it as negation of, considering this as a P, from or to and, considering this as a Q. And now it can be written as p both in this one, both p is common, and now assigning this as v, assigning this as r, q and r by making use of a distribution. How we can come to know that this is a distribution one? If you see this proposition, if only p, q and r both, if there are three propositions, then we have to think that which law is applied. So even if you see the distribution law, there are PQR. So it is of the form in this manner. So that's why we can apply the distribution law. So P common or P and R. So in this manner, we can apply the distribution law, and that is nothing but our inverse of u. Whatever we have got, that is our inverse of u. So w is equal to, w can be written as u or v, that is u or inverse v is equal is nothing but a tautology, that is by using a inverse law, and hence we can say that it's a, the given proposition is a tautology. And in this way, if any proposition is given, so then we can by without using a truth table, we can come to a conclusion that it is whether it's a tautology or a contradiction. Well, then the next concept, what is this next concept? And suppose u is a compound proposition, and that contains the connectives and on and or. Suppose we replace each occurrence of and or in u by and or respectively. Also, if u contains tautology and contradiction as components, suppose we replace each occurrences of tautology and contradiction by contradiction and tautology respectively, then the resulting compound proposition is called as dual of u and is always denoted by u raised to d. See, what is u and what is u raised to d? Suppose if we have any compound proposition, in the compound proposition, you already know that some of the uh, connectives will be there, that is and or and all. So it is only applied to and or, and wherever there is and, that has to be replaced with or, and wherever there is a tautology, that is t naught, it should be replaced with a contradiction, that is f naught. So in this example, let us see, this is our given proposition, and its dual is written over here, p instead of and or, q as it is, and instead of and or, negation, we need not to worry about a negation symbol, and instead of or, again it is changed to and, instead of yes, instead of and, again it is changed to or, and here you need to consider it, instead of tautology there is a contradiction. If at all the resultant proposition, if we write replacing the and with or with and tautology with a contradiction, or from contradiction with a tautology, then the following compound proposition is said to be a dual of that. So here we have used u as a proposition. U raised to d is nothing but a dual of the given proposition. The following results are also important for while solving the problem. U raised to double d is always uh, u itself. That is dual of a u is logically equivalent to u. It is nothing but negation of some p is equal to p. In the same manner, double dual is the same. If any two propositions u and v, if u is equivalent to v, then u raised to d is also equivalent to v raised to d. This principle is known as duality principle of duality. Okay. So we'll see the some of the examples here. Write down the duals of the following propositions. So this is the first proposition. The solution is over here, and we have some 4 1. Here we have we'll see some 3, and hope the last one is bit difficult to recognize over here. But we'll see. I'll try to explain that one also in a systematic way. See, this is our compound proposition. This one, and if you see, the solution is over here. P and Q. Here we have written P or Q. Okay. Instead of or and is over here. Negation of P and or Q. Negation of P and Q is there. Here and is there. Here or is there. Negation of R or yes. Negation of R and yes. And or is there and R and yes is there in our given proposition, but or yes is in the dual of the uh, proposition. So this is our given proposition. Its dual is we have got by using the replacing from and with or with and. Okay. Similarly, the second one we'll see in our given proposition. Let us not consider this one. Let us just tell the answer here itself. It becomes P and F naught. Why? Because its or should be converted to and tautology with the F naught. Instead of and, here should be or. Q or F naught. Q and T naught should be there. Yes, it is. We can now see here. And or is should be replaced with and. Uh, R and yes. R or yes should be. And is there or F naught. So here this is our resultant dual dual proposition. And the third one is quite interesting to understand. P conditional Q conditional R. So in this, there is an arrow. We come across the word that is a conditional. If P then Q, and if P, the whole thing has converted to P. If P then R, I can say. Okay. Now if P then Q, the given proposition, its dual has to be found out. So now, considering this as P conditional R, negation of P, its negation, or R. We already know that negation of P conditional Q is equal to negation of P or R. Its dual, let it be as it is in here itself. So now again, negation of P or R we got. Now again we have in the form here, we have in the form P conditional Q. So now how to write this one? Again we have negation of again we have negation of P, negation of P, and it can be even written as one more formula we have, or one more law we have. Let us see that what is that. Okay, here which is that applied over here. Now when we come across, okay, we have applied P conditional Q as, yes, for solving this one, negation of P conditional Q. For that we have one law, negation of P conditional Q. P as it is and negation Q. P as it is and negation of Q. So now this is simplified in this particular form. Okay, now apply the dual of this. P and instead of and or negation Q. Now here there is a or, convert it to and write it as it is R. So these are the first three propositions which are converted uh, from the duality principle. And the last one, uh, please try this one, and if you don't get it, let us solve also. But in this video, hope some of the duality principle you have got, and what is how this tautology is being solved you have got. And in the further slide we can even apply the duality principle also. Okay, so till this point I have explained, and in the coming video I can cover the NAND NOR also. And see, the slide will also be uploaded, may not be slide, the entire notes I will upload, and tries to solve that problem. Okay, and if at all some problems are you are unable to solve, we shall make a PPT and I will explain that, or else in the live video I will explain that one. Thank you.